What's up, y'all? Miss Megan Liana here, and it is time for us to be fucking for real about what we call a sellout, or who we call a sellout. Now, if we're gonna go through the definition, it's, someone who compromises their morals and what they stand for and backtracks and goes to the other side. Now, yes, a lot of people can somewhat fit into that definition, but I think that one thing that's important to take into consideration with the definition of a sellout is they have to have morals and stand for something in the beginning for it to even sell out, for them to even sell out after the fact, right? And so when we look at who performed at this crypto inauguration ball, we have first we have Soulja Boy and Rick Ross. Now, let's be real, they don't stand for anything. I've never seen either one of them take on a social justice issue or say this is right, this is wrong, whatever. Those just aren't two artists that I think about that really would step up on the forefront and stand for something. So they're just in that never gave a fuck mode anyway. But then we have somebody like Nelly. And Nelly is somebody that to me is just ignorant and ill-informed. And he's somebody that is, it seems like he's okay with, it's easier to not know. Because if you say you don't know something, then it's like you don't have to acknowledge. If you say, oh, I'm just respecting the office and blah, blah, blah.
But I am honored to be performing for the office, for the president of the United States, regardless. Ain't another president asked me to perform. Ain't nobody called Nelly. I would have performed.
Well, ain't nobody ever asked you to come to a Klan rally either. But
what you mean? Why would I go to a Klan rally? I don't live in a Klan country.
Like, that just shows that you just want to straddle the fence so that way you can get in where you fit in. And when you think back to his song Country Grammar, he said Donald Trump let me in. So that's a space that he's always wanted to be in, and nothing's gonna change that, okay? And then we have Snoop, right? Now, Snoop definitely could qualify as a sellout, but however, I think it goes, I'd put him in a different category, because when it all boils down, Snoop was somebody that actually spoke out. He spoke out twice against this guy and his administration. He spoke out in 2017 when it came time for that first round of performers for the inauguration.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the fuck out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you niggas gonna do it first? I was the one that performs for himself.
And so when you are on camera standing for something and then you turn around and you do the same thing that you were criticizing, that doesn't make you a sellout, that makes you a hypocrite. And once you're a hypocrite, you have no credibility whatsoever. Like, and I knew something was up with Snoop Dogg. I stopped trusting his credibility with anything when he reposted Drake's tailor-made freestyle. Because AI and the willingness for people, the ability for people to just be able to use your likeliness, use your talent, use your voice, use your image, that's something a lot of artists have been fighting against. They don't want their likeliness, their sound, their image just used by a computer at any means. And so when you know that part of the issue, but then to even repost it and know that, or I don't know how he couldn't know it was a diss to Kendrick Lamar. I don't know how he did not know, but to repost it and be like, oh, this is tight. Like, it was a couple levels where I knew, like, all right, this guy, he's compromised. Like, there's no way. And to perform, And everybody wants to say like, oh, well, people got to do their job. People got to do their job. Yeah, do your job. But if doing your job is more important than your morals, you don't have to say anything. You don't. There's no need to stand up for something. Like, there are a lot of people that can cozy through life and not stand for anything. Everybody has a right to choose if they want to be a voice for change or if they want to stay silent on that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being an artist and performing. If you want to do that, you want to make your money, go on right ahead. But once you speak out, the second you speak out and you go back on that, and you're a hypocrite. And once you're a hypocrite, like, as a man, I don't understand how you could look yourself in the mirror and be okay with being known on record as a hypocrite. And if we're being real, like, Snoop has called so many black women bitches. And it's like, act like a bitch, you get treated like that's always been the excuse. But when a man does something bitch made, are we not supposed to call him out on it? Because please believe, going back on your word, going back on what you said you stand for, and bending the knee, but also allowing... Snoop had more smoke for Gayle King than he did for Elon Musk that laughed at him on X. And that to me is pretty telling. That's some bitch made shit right there. Call it what you want, but it's beyond selling out at that point. And if we're really gonna take it further, like, to me, if I had to say or call a group of somebody, a group of people a sellout, the first thing that comes to mind is Latinos for Trump. Because he was very, very open about the deportation policy. He was very, very open about how his goal was to get rid of immigrants. And I saw interviews of people that were like, well, they're my cousins. My cousins will probably get rounded up out of here. Oh, my family, it's probably going to be so-and-so. But it's not me. And that whole it's not me thing could completely turn around on the same person. And let's say if somebody gets deported because they get rid of the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship, and you get deported right along with your family, how you gonna look at them when y'all on that plane together and they know that you're the one that voted for it? And that's the thing, like, I don't think that there is a lack of responsibility when it comes to people's political choices now and what they say they're going to do and how they move. It doesn't matter. It does not matter until it affects them. And I think that that's how a lot of people voted. I think a lot of people were like, oh, well, it's not going to mess with me. It's not going to mess with me. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to matter to me. Not understanding how it all kind of intertwines together. And it's like, at the end of the day, we all got to live with these choices, right? And so I think that the one thing we need to do, though, is get a little more clear on these definitions of what we call people. Because some people ain't just a sellout. Some people are a hypocrite. Some people are doing some bitch-made shit. Some people just do not care and never cared. And so I think before we waste energy calling some people sellouts and all that other stuff, let's get tighter on these definitions so we can, categorize them and call them out correctly.